Welcome back to Good Morning Arkansas. Now, I'm going to throw a crazy statistic at you, right? So, apparently, the average American spends about 17 minutes a day looking for stuff that they've misplaced, which is why our organizing expert, Amber Taggard, now you are a professional organizer and a mother of four, so you know all about how to handle with looking through stuff that might just be cluttered in people's homes. Amber, has America always had just a major stuff and cluttering and organization problem?
Yeah, that's a great question. So actually, this is a fairly modern problem. Americans were pretty minimalistic, probably out of necessity to a large part for a long time. We actually know from the 1950 census that the average square foot of the average American home was 1,100 square feet. And we had about 3 kids per family. And then you fast forward to the 2010 census, and we know that our houses have gotten about twice as big and our families have gotten about half as big. And so we're living in more square footage than ever before. And yet our garages are so full we can't park inside them. And storage units are the #1 growing sector of real estate in the nation. So we definitely have a stuff problem. And it's something that is a little bit newer. You know, advertising agencies spend billions of dollars into telling us you need the biggest, the newest, the shiniest, the best. And the CDC tells us that we're not happy. We're suffering from depression and anxiety in our adults and our children in America like never before. So our clutter problem is a newer problem. It's a modern problem. And while it's a great problem to have, it really is a problem.
You're so right about always buying, it always seems like a new iPhone is coming out right as you buy the newest one. So you're so right about that. How do you think that we can more clearly see the excess that we might be having?
Yes. Sometimes we become what we call clutter blind. We just can't see the problem anymore because we're inside it every day. That's normal. So my tip is to actually stand at the edge of your space. Let's say you're going to work on your bedroom and take a picture of your space, even just on your phone, and then close your eyes and take a moment and think about a time when maybe you walked into a really nice hotel room and just envision what it looked like and what it felt like to walk into that space. And what I would encourage you to do is to understand that when you walk into that nice motel and you take it all in and you say, wow, I'm going to relax and rest so well here in this space. What's happening is that you're physiologically and psychologically reacting to the very low ratio of items to square footage that's in that hotel room, that's in that space. And your eye can travel and it can rest between things without kind of zigzagging and ping-ponging as it tries to take in and make sense of all the individual things that are in the bedroom. Then open your eyes and look at your picture that you just took of your own bedroom, and that'll help you to compare and contrast a little. And it's not about comparison in a being better than somebody else, but it's to help you take your three-dimensional world and get it into a flat two-dimensional space so that you can really be objective and so that you can really more clearly see what's going on in your space. And then keep those ratios in mind, the low ratio of items to square footage in that hotel room, and maybe make that an aim of yours to have less stuff in that space so you can get that restful feeling where your eye can travel the room and just take it all in and have peace and productivity.
Wow, I definitely am going to go home and take a picture of every room in my house. That is an amazing tip right there. Now, so say we notice we have the excess, right? We take our pictures and we see that we want to get rid of some things. How do we do that though, when there are certain things we might really want to hold on to?
Yes. So here's one of my favorite, I could talk about this for the next hour and a half, but I know we're limited on time, but one of my favorite tips, and one of the issues that is that we tend to see clutter holistically. We say, oh my goodness, look at all this clutter, this is a problem. But it's very important that we understand that all of clutter is deferred decisions and delayed actions. That's what clutter is. So clutter is a bunch of individual decisions that weren't made and a bunch of individual actions that weren't taken. It was the mail that got plopped on the counter. It was the shoes that got kicked off and not put away. So when we understand that clutter isn't a thing, it's a lot of little things, I think that helps us to get in the right frame of mind to know both how to fix it at a time and also how to avoid it. And so that's one of my favorite tips. I call it the 2-minute rule. And basically the 2-minute rule says that if it takes less than 2 minutes to do, you do it now. So instead of plopping that mail on the counter, you just take it, and the junk mail, which most of it is going to go straight to the trash. Those things you need to file go immediately to be filed, and you just do the thing now so that at the end of the day, you don't have 27 2-minute tasks waiting for you.
Wow. And I know you said you could talk about this all day. I feel like I have so many more questions for you. This just means we're going to have to bring you on another time to our show. So just to wrap this up, do you want to remind the viewers at home, maybe if they want to learn some more tips and tricks about organizing, where they could find more information about you?
Absolutely. You can find us at theorganizerchicks.com. We're also at facebook.com/theorganizerchicks, and we're on Instagram as well. And if anybody's looking for a challenge and wants to get involved with us in a more direct way, we're about to have a Kids and Clutter challenge happen on Facebook. You can find us at facebook.com/groups/OC challenge.
Beautiful. We love a good challenge. Good stuff today, Amber. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to have more Good Morning Arkansas on the other side of this break.